Hello everyone, today I am playing Orcs Must Die.
See, I'm commenting. I've never played the game before, so it should be interesting, shouldn't it?
Yep, Ryan's here with me, and we are Biscuit Craft.
Here we are.
So this blue thing there was what I need to protect, and this door here is where the Orcs are going to come from. It's a tower defense game for anyone who hasn't played it. This is a level fairly early on in the game. I'm just choosing which spells and traps I want to use on the level.
Oh, so you get spells as well then?
You do. I think actually I decided not to use one of the spells on this game and just to go with some weapons and some traps. So yeah, I'm just picking which different ones I can use. You can see the slots at the bottom, so you can use so many per level.
Oh, I see. So you're not limited. You could just use everything.
Yeah. This is an early on level, but I've played a bit further on in the game and just come back to this level to show you. So I've actually got more traps available now than I would have had at the time.
Oh.
Because it's an early on level, it's quite a simple design. The Orcs are literally going to run down this corridor and round the corner and try to get to that blue swirly thing.
Okay, how do you stop? What kind of stops you just building loads and loads of everything?
In the bottom left, you'll see a number. It says 200 at the moment. And each thing costs, you can see all the amounts at the bottom of the screen below each trap, how much they cost. Right, so here they come. Here come the Orcs.
Wow, quite dramatic.
So, let's go.
They run down.
I'm using a crossbow at the moment to shoot all of these filthy Orcs. And you'll see it is pretty awesome. It's quite gory actually, but it's just really good fun to play.
And does every trap have only one use?
Yeah, so the traps after a couple of seconds, they respawn the sort of blades and then they can work again. I'm using a sword at the moment to fight them, but to be honest a crossbow is better. So yeah, that's the first wave gone. Sometimes you have a countdown to the next wave, other times it gives you like unlimited time to lay your new traps.
What's that one you put on the wall there?
These fire out spikes at them. So here we go, another wave.
Okay.
These guys here are guys that fire crossbows at you, so they're a bit harder. So you have to be a bit more careful with them because they hit you. But haha, they get done in the spikes. I'm just zooming in at the moment with my crossbow. But as it goes on, it just gets more and more sort of chaotic as there's more and more Orcs and...
They do have different places to cover, is it only one?
Yeah, I mean this level's quite easy because it's literally this one corridor, they're all coming down. They're only coming from one direction. But in a moment I'll show you a level later on with sort of more stuff.
Oh, it's quite exciting.
So I've just fast forwarded here a bit on the same level, so you can just see what it's like when you've got a few more traps down, a few more things going on. Just in front of me there's like a springboard that fires them up in the air and all sorts going on. All sorts of these crazy Orcs.
So can you like make the traps work together?
You can do a whole sort of layout of springboards, and you've got tar pits that slow them down, so you can sort of slow them down in front of the wall things that fire out. Yeah, you can do them all in combination, and it's just really good fun. So I'm just going to shoot this guy. That's the end of that level. I sort of cut out that whole middle bit because
victory.
That level's quite repetitive. It's just place the trap, shoot and place the traps. But you know, it's just so much fun. It's really good fun. I'd really recommend it. It's only a single player game, which is why Ryan's just watching me play. So this is another level. As you'll see on this level, there's two doors that they come from. And then over here is the blue thing again you have to protect. There's also these little portals that you can teleport through that just take you from one end to the other to save you walking. There is a sprint button as well in the game, but it's good fun. These barrels can explode on the floor. But yeah, that's the blue swirly thing you have to protect.
What's like the plot of the game? Is there one?
Yeah, basically there's a bunch of angry Orcs, a blue swirly thing, and you have to protect the blue swirly thing.
Brilliant.
I think it's called the Rift, and you have to stop all these Orcs getting into the Rift, because I think when they go through the blue swirly thing, they sort of terrorise humanity. I'm not really sure. Basically, Orcs are bad. So I'm just going through the teleportation thing here. Right, so what I decide is that, because there's two ways, they can either come around the top thing or on this ground thing.
Okay.
Now I'm selecting all my different things I want. I've chosen this cool spell this time, that sort of, you can fire them into the lava pits.
Okay.
But also I've chosen these little barriers that I'm going to put up. It really is like a 3-foot high little barrier, which I can easily jump over, but because the orcs are so fat and stupid, they can't get over them, yeah.
Oh,
It's the one time in a game where a sort of little barrier that people can't get over is actually a good thing.
Actually works.
Yeah, it does, but it does kind of, as you'll see in a minute, show the AI to be a bit stupid on this level. But it because basically they all try running across the bottom, and it takes them quite a while to realise they need to go the other way. So this is the spell. It is awesome. It's just like inspiring, really, where you can shout at them. It's really good fun. There's lava pits below that I'm pushing them into.
I see.
So, and here, like, I fire a barrel at them and it explodes. In the top left corner, you'll see I've got a blue magic bar that the spell uses. So I'm going back to my crossbow now. So I'm just taking them all out with the crossbow. And as you'll see, a lot of them are running down the lower path here.
To get to it.
But obviously they'll get to that barrier and realise they've got to go the other way. So that's the first wave taken out, I think.
So
is there any more?
How long do you know before the next wave comes? Is it like a timer?
Yeah, there's just a timer this time, like 12 seconds. But on some waves, you have an unlimited time to do it.
Oh. What you putting on the wall there is...
those are like wall sort of mashy bladey things, because that's the only way they can get to the end through that wall,
so you
through that up path at the moment.
So you want to try and sort of push it?
Right, on this wave there's some sky ones that come along. This is the first level where you get the ones up in the sky. So they're my priority really, to take them out.
Oh, fat dragons, aren't they? Is it?
Yeah. Because they are the one things that can get over the 3-foot high wall.
Oh, and who's that guy that's helping you?
Those are archers. I didn't tell you about those. Some levels you get these archers. You can also place them down, but the level's automatically given me some.
Oh, that's handy.
And they help you out. So you can place them down wherever you want in the level as well, just like you would with traps. So I'm just taking that.
So they're getting all the way and realising they can't go that way.
Yeah. So yeah, you see they're still running around in chaos really, not really knowing where to go. They're all getting a bit confused. It's taken them a while to realise which way to go. Because they're a bit like lemmings really. Green as well, and they're all just following each other really, but they've all sort of realised now they need to go the other way, and they can't get through that way.
So as soon as they go that way, it'll be like a...
So yeah, they're coming up here now.
I haven't got through.
It's worked out quite well for me really, the way I laid the level out, because... oh, I killed my archer, which isn't good.
No.
But you see that thing on the wall, slaughtering them all. Most of the levels are more like that last one I showed you, with more corridors rather than big open levels. But I just wanted to show you sort of the contrast of the different levels.
I was quite impressed so far. So how many levels are there?
There's quite a lot. There's add-ons as well for it, some DLC, but I haven't played those yet. There's quite a few. I've only gone through about 10 levels. It's really good fun trying to replay the levels.
And do you like level up, or?
You don't level up. You just get more. Every level you complete, you get more traps. These are ones that run really, really fast.
Yeah, I did.
They're actually the hardest ones because they're just crazy, and they chuckle like little gremlins, and they just go so fast. They're quite hard to stop on a lot of levels. But the way I've laid it out on this level is, well, they all have to run quite far before they realise they're going the wrong way. So I used the spell again to fire them all.
Oh, yes. That's chaotic,
cool.
isn't it? And it's a PC, isn't it?
Yeah. It gets quite chaotic. So what's your impression so far?
I'm quite impressed with it. I like the graphics. It seems to get quite chaotic, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I've fast forwarded a bit now to show you a bit later on in the level when I've chucked all sorts of traps all over the place just for fun. I've got springboards that's going to fly them all over the place. I've got all sorts of things. I've put more up here, so if anyone does come up here... Oh, here's a big orc. So you get big ones.
Ah, yeah.
So I'm just shooting him, he's going over a steam thing there. The springboards don't work on him because he's so fat, like that's a springboard, but he just runs over it. So he's got a strong health bar. But you see people getting flung all over the place and springboards.
Oh god, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely mental, but it's so much fun. That's the main thing about this, it's really good fun. The actual fighting is good fun. Some levels just get really chaotic, because this is quite open. It's not quite as chaotic as some of them. Sometimes you'll literally have people all over the place in front of your face.
So what,
But
if you
it's
die,
really
is that game over, or is it
if you die, I think you respawn. You do respawn. To be honest, I haven't died that often in there. Not that I'm great at the game. Usually it's a case of just try it, rather than dying, it's a case of trying to get the best score you can. Because literally, if one thing gets into that blue swirly thing, then you don't get a perfect score at the end.
Oh, I see. So
To get, they award you skulls, and to get 5 skulls, you have to prevent a single thing from getting into the blue swirly thing. Oh, also, what I've realised is you can't just completely block it off with the fence thing. If you completely block their way through with fences, then they start breaking the fence down.
Oh, I see. That's very clever, isn't it?
But because, as long as there's at least some way to get round, they don't break the fence.
Oh.
So anyway, orcs must die, and these orcs are about to die.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, well there you go, that's reason enough for anyone watching to buy the game.
So, Chris, what would you give it, like, out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it,
So, let's just think of, like, graphics.
well for graphics, I think it's really nice, it does its job, but I'd give it 8 out of 10 for graphics. I'd give it an 8 for everything, really.
So what about, like, replayability?
It's incredibly replayable, because for a start when you get all the extra traps, you want to go back to earlier levels, because you just come up with new ways of like torturing and and like killing the enemies.
Oh, so but once you unlock
and
the
also
tap, you can use it backwards.
Yeah, there's a lot more tactics, and you want to keep playing the levels to try and get the perfect score on every level. Now here comes an orc this time, but as you'll see, because I've put all these swirly things here. Takes
I
out
can
loads.
see how in the top I can see his health bar going down as well.
Yeah. But you can see they're pretty strong, the orcs, so he's going after my archer. Oh, he killed my archer. So yeah, it's really replayable.
Oh, so overall you probably get like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, an 8 out of 10. If it had co-op mode, then that would be awesome, and it would get a higher score, because it is really good fun. Most of the levels normally you'd sort of pick one sort of corridor that everyone's going to come down, and you'd literally put all your traps down one corridor. So like this higher bit I'm on now, normally I'd probably just put all my traps along there, and I wouldn't have put the lower stuff.
And you've won.
But because I'm doing this video, I put all the stuff down below, so you could just see people getting flung everywhere. But anyway, that is Orcs Must Die. Bye.
See you later.